Are you ready, ready?
Welcome back to the Boom Room. What an exciting week we had last week. I can't wait to talk about it, so let's talk about it. Whooping that ass playing spoiler for the second consecutive week knocks off the champ by 25 points. I don't know if it was a letdown for the champ coming off the big money game, but his team just didn't show up. Whooping that ass was led by Kyler Murray's 38, and he got solid games from Josh Jacobs and Larry Fitzgerald. And his season isn't over. Right now, Whooping That Ass is playing a spoiler, and I don't know if I would want to face him. The higher power came into the game with a chance to clinch a playoff spot with a victory, and if a couple other things happened. Negro said, no, not today. Negro with a solid performance, with a much-needed victory, and now he still controls his own playoff destiny. Lamar Jackson at it again with 45 points. Darius Slayton with 35. Yeah, Darius Slayton with 35. 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the higher power looking like the best team in the league. Now it looks like he's trying to hold on to his division. Man, things changed quick. On to the outcome nobody saw coming. The North, BIFFL, by more than the North. 69 points. That's right, 69 points. No Kittles, no problem. Everybody showed up for the North. He got 36 from Derrick Henry, 25 from Golden Tate, 34 from the Ravens defense. This is twice in the last 3 weeks that Lincoln Legends had a loss that we didn't see coming. Is it maybe some cracks in the armor? We shall see. It seemed like for the first time in league history, there wasn't really that much juice going into a big TNT G5 game. Until Sunday morning when TNT tweeted, it's going to be nice to clinch a playoff spot and put a nail in the coffin of this clown. G5 didn't take too kind of that. They tried to play it low key, saying, man, we're not even taking this serious. But TNT was winning by 70. That's right, 70 at G5 home. Getting great performances from everybody. And then the fireworks really started after the game. It was a Arizona Ryan keeping his sneaky good season going. Man, this guy. He gets 124 points, a bagel from Cooper Kupp, and somehow escapes with a victory. When something like that happens, you just take your win and keep it moving. This was a tough loss for Machiavellians. This was probably the one that's going to end his playoff hopes. Man, good season though. Now on to the game of the week. Bread Inc. El Cajinos. Bread Inc. trying to solidify the lead in his division. El Cajinos, the playoffs start now. And that's just how El Cajinos played. From beginning to end, they did what they had to do. Being led by 32 points from Amari Cooper, 27 from Aaron Jones, 23 from Mark Andrews. It was just too much for Bread Inc. Bread Inc. scoring output these last couple of weeks has to be a little alarming because it's not going to get it done against the big dogs. Man, what a game. El Cajinos' playoff hopes lives for another week. The one, the only, G5.
Put a Super Bowl champion in front of that, man. Hold on, I got something for you, man. You know I can't come in without my Super Bowl trophy and a bottle of champagne. So if anybody forgot, I beat you in the Super Bowl. So if you want to get the show started while we celebrate, get this shit started, nigga.
We definitely use that for motivation. Only thing my man ever accomplished, and that's all he do. He brag and he boast about it. But like I said on the Smackboard, he was lucky the year he won that. That's the only time he ever won a playoff game. He's always been a middle of the pack team. And that's how we feel about him. And then his response was, he beat me in the race. He won one. He done. He lives to troll TNT. If he backs into another one, so be it. It's like saving the princess. I don't even know how to respond to that dumbass shit. I'm gonna give me a legend to help me out and respond to this one. Mike, can you help me out?
Stop it. Get some help.
I couldn't have said it no better. Now, what the problem is, your team stink, and you know it, and you trying to deflect. So let's get into G you not. Okay? Now, OBJ, right? Your man, the guy, your number one pick, has been straight trash. My man, he sit around, he worrying about his cleats instead of helping your team win. Look at this post on Odell Beckham. That's what him and Jarvis Landry worrying about. Hey, Martellus, why don't you tell people how you handle cats that's worrying about their shoes? Martellus, tell them what we do, what we think of that.
Oh, motherfuckers that worry about how their shoes look, come out and play. We just had a bunch of bitches on the roster. That's why we didn't win games. And coaches like the bitches.
Thanks, Martellus. I couldn't have said it any better. Matter of fact, you know what your team really is? I'm going to tell you what they really is. Trash. Odell Beckham. Trash. Latavius Murray. Trash. Zach Pascal. Trash. Curtis Samuel. Trash. Robbie Anderson. Trash. Second string David Johnson. Trash. G5 as a crew, a unit, and as a motherfucking group, y'all all trash. So you know what that make you trash ass. Come on. Say it with me. Come on. G5, what are you?
I am a clown. I am a clown.
Now, on to this week's guest, a man who needs no introduction. If you guys on the smack board, I'm pretty sure you love him and hate him. Having said that, welcome to the show, Negro.
Thanks for having me.
Hey,
I'm here, man. Listen, I talk shit not just in the smack board. I'm here. I'm here.
Well, let's have, you know what? Then
I should have been here.
You here now. I mean, I'm glad that I was kind of scared to have you this late because I thought your season would be over by now and you may not show up. So
right,
at least you're still alive, and
right.
Who knows? You might make it.
I'm invoking fear right now, man. Don't let my record get out in front of me. I see fear. People look at that projected count. I think I see fear. They're nervous. Nobody don't want to get to the playoffs. See me first game.
All right, well, let's talk about what's going on over there with your team. Now, you've lost 2 of your last 3, but last week, big victory over the higher power. A lot of people say that was sort of an upset. How you feel? Right now, the playoffs start today, you would be in. You feel like...
We a playoff team. We made a lot of moves. We yoked a lot of owners to get here, too. Yoked.
You want to elaborate, or you want?
Well, I look down at that division, and I see Brad Inc. the only one with a whole team left. The rest of them guys missing pieces, and they on my team.
Oh, okay, all right. So you got Machiavellians this week. A game on paper that you should win. You close out with El Cajinos and TNT. Can you run a table? You looking to get 2? Do you think 2 out of 3 get you in, or you need to win all 3?
Two of these games is enough.
Okay. I want to get your opinion.
2 of these games is enough.
All right. You talked about yoga people. Let's get into it. You probably made the 3 biggest trades this year in the league. Let's get into it. Let's get that first one where you traded Johnson for Lamar Jackson and Will Disley. What was you thinking on that?
Well, first part is, man, I heard a lot of smack on the smack board, and maybe 2-3 videos about this trade. But I drafted running back heavy. But when I started off, we started off slow this season, right? And I looked out there and I said, I need to make a move. I didn't panic, but I pushed the button. I didn't make a move. But Lamar Jackson's too sweet sitting out there, and G5 had 2 top quarterbacks. I'd have taken either one of them. And the tight end position, tight ends are trash this year. They trash. I spent $40 in tight end moves this year, just to come back to the same place, or I got an average guy. So I thought Disley was better than he was top 3, 4 at the time. It was only 3-4 weeks in or whatever, and I just looked at the points and I said that was going to give me an extra 15 to 20 points a week over what my current lineup was.
Now, let me give you the pushback what I honestly thought about the trade. One, I didn't think you got enough. I think you overpaid. Now, and in real time, I thought you overpaid. And the Disley thing, I didn't think it was enough of sample size, and I didn't think at the time Seattle was going to throw the ball as much to support a tight end for what you paid. I thought, that type of tight end you could have acquired with the other $40 you spent.
Agree to disagree, man.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
You know what? G5 was working me over. We talked about Disley for a couple weeks.
Okay.
But I kept trying to tell him, that's a couple weeks. And then next week he come back, another touchdown. Next week, another 8 receptions. I said, all right, man, come on, let's do it.
Hey, well, look, like I said, as of today, you won the trade. So, hey, good trade. Let's talk about the trade for Zeke. Honestly, I think it's the best move you made since you've been in this league. You gave up Kerryon Johnson and Carson Wentz for Zeke. Tell me how that came about.
I think the timing was everything. I think people were a little nervous about teams. I sent out a bunch of trades. A bunch of people passed on trade offers from me for Kerryon and David Johnson and I don't even know who my third runner
was. That Connors?
Oh, and James Connors. I dangled them out there. A bunch of trades and people was passing on them. Maybe after the injuries, it was smart, but people needed running backs, and there wasn't that many out there. And I'm surprised people passed on those things. But the quarterback situation started getting tough. But once I had Lamar Jackson, I didn't need Wentz at all.
Okay.
So I looked out there, and I really thought that Brad Inc. was going to try to take Carson Wentz because he needed a quarterback bad. He's shuffling all season.
He still needs a quarterback.
So when I sent the trades out, I saw that trade come through. I looked down. I said, Zeke? Oh, man. Look at my chops. Okay. I didn't think he was going to push the button on that. But at the time, I think on paper, I could see why he did it. He needed a quarterback. Mm-hmm. And Kerryon had a lot of upside. The IR thing, you can't predict that. I felt bad about that, but we sharks, man. I'm glad you got him and not me.
Yeah, I mean, in real time, I didn't think it was a bad trade for Remember the North. Like you said, I just think he was in a tough position. Like I said, he playing week to week, and I'll give him credit for trying to survive.
He actually, surprisingly, he won more games since that trade than before the trade. So I don't know how that happened, but here we are.
Imagine if he still has Zeke. But and the last trade, you traded Connors and Landry for Eckler and Gordon. Now, this is one that I was really scratching my head because I felt as though you really didn't have good wide receiver depth, and you traded a wide receiver that's at least flex worthy.
We got a different opinion on wide receivers.
Okay.
I think you go back and look at the stats, man. I don't have big name wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Cortland Sutton been producing all season quietly. All season. 7th, 8th round pick, Diggs been getting it in. He started off slow, but listen. And I came right back. I started picking up. I started slating. And we're going to play this out. Okay. We're going to play this out.
All right, last question. Do you feel like you finished, or you feel like you still got room to tinker with the roster, or you feel like you pretty much this who you gonna be?
Yeah, we've been doing good on the trade, so my trade door is open.
Okay.
We open for business.
All right, you hear that, league?
We open for business.
They still open for business. Now enough for the small talk. Let's get into it. Hey, let's do it. I know that you play in a lot of leagues or whatever. You have other leagues that you play in, and I always like to ask people, rank this league. How competitive, how tough do you think this league is?
Well, I'm going to say this. Everybody is in it till the end. Seemed like almost every year. So I'm gonna say that's pretty competitive, right?
Yes.
Everybody's in it. Everybody's not really just people just out. Almost everybody's in it. But I love this league. I'm gonna tell you why. The effort, commish. Mike got the best commish, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the boom room, the videos, the smack board. I'm in leagues with nobody don't say nothing on the smack board. I dropped out of a league because they would never talk. Nobody said nothing. I was like, that's not fun. You know, a couple bucks at the end of the year, but nobody talked. That's not fun. This league, we definitely gonna turn it up. It's gonna be some jabs, some shots fired, some video beef.
Okay. Now, let's have some beef. Your record since you joined the league, 27-57.
Damn, that's real.
Yeah, that's real. Let me ask you this: do you know how many times you made the playoffs in this league?
Twice.
Twice. Do you know who you played?
I know I stomped on Jabronis my first year to make it to the playoffs. We had a playoff game before the playoffs. That's the start I beat. I didn't forget about you, man. I ain't never gonna forget about you. That was my first beef. But that's what happened. We had to play the last game of the season. Winner goes to the playoffs, loser out, and I stomped on him. And I took your money that year too for that.
You did.
But I don't know. I think did I lose to G5?
Well, you lost to the team that was G5. That's
The formerly G5. That was the drama year.
That's the year he tapped.
That's the drama year.
It was like Cat.
I got beat by the computer.
With Ben Simmons.
I'm just asking, did I get beat by the computer?
Yeah. It's when Ben Simmons got on top of Carthy Towns and he tapped out. But that's another story. In 2017, you made the playoffs. You know who you lost to?
Nah, I don't even remember.
Machiavelli. The year he won it. Yeah.
Lost to Chip. You know, both times I lost to Champ, huh?
I don't think the computer won it that year.
No. All right.
Computers never won it. Shit. Let me ask you this: who's the worst owner in the league?
Worst owner?
Worst owner.
Listen, some people took some jabs at me on this comment here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, the floor is yours.
Listen. I gotta say this. I've had some of the worst luck in this league, and I had AP both years. He's beat his son, took me down with him. I went down the child abuse case. Matter of fact, speaking of playoff years, the year I went to the playoffs was I had Ty Gurley carried me to the playoffs. But that same year, I had David Johnson, who I drafted first pick, and I had Allen Robinson, who was his first year coming off his great year in Jacksonville. And I lost both of them week one, and I still made the playoffs. I believe in my heart I had drafted a championship team, and I got cut short. I ended up losing early in the playoffs. But, man, every year, man, Gronk, I done had some hard hits, man. It's hurt me.
I'm going to try this again.
All right.
Who do you think is the worst team in the league? Hey, we the boomer on the smack board. You know, you give it to us raw. Give it to us.
Yeah. I'm not really a fan of whooping that ass strategy.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of the strategy. So this year I maybe took a little bit of his page, but not to his extent. And traded half my team.
Okay.
But I feel like the draft is where you get your talent at. And if you go in every year and you ambush your talent every year, it's saying something about where you're at. So that part of it, I think, hurts. But I also think one of those recent championships got given away, and he was involved in the trades that led to that. So I think I keep that part. I weigh that in as an owner that changed the flow and the talent level in the league.
Okay. I'm gonna name a couple teams. I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind. Lincoln Legends.
Underachiever in the playoffs.
Jabronis.
Hater. No. He good, but nah. Yeah, I don't respect them championships I keep hearing about with the 10-team league, man. I don't even want to talk. I just put asterisks next to them. I don't want to talk about them at all. Last year, that's legit. All respect.
TNT.
Oh man. I love TNT, man. Great competitor, good on the smack board, entertaining, and listen, you want people I love to hate. Love to hate.
So I feel about Brandon. No, we stop. Let me ask you this, because speaking of smack board, we had a little bit of going on this week. I know you may have heard earlier in the monologue. G5 basically saying, I'm just summarize. He not taking this shit seriously because he got one and he won the race. Your comments on that?
Hey, you know what? My first thought was corny, but you know, it's only a few people who really tear up the smackboard, and he one of them. He the funniest dude in the league, right? I was say that. Forget the team. He the funniest dude in the league. Come hard on the smackboard, and I feel like the door closing on this season because of the team, the record, remaining games. And I feel like he really ain't had too much else to say, so he came with that. I think that was a layup. I think he's going to have a follow. Maybe I'm hoping he got a follow-up next week. I don't want to leave it like that. I hope.
So it was a bitch-ass excuse.
I'm definitely not Karen is not him. I ain't buying that. He a competitor, so I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying that G5. Not buying it.
I mean, that shit made me feel good that he think that much of TNT that he feel like he's accomplished everything he need to accomplish because he beat me to a championship. You ever had that person that every time you want them to tell you the same story, it's like, damn, like that ass they got in 11th grade. Like, remember that bar from 11th grade? God damn, it's like, oh, you ain't get no good ass since then and shit. I mean, he put pictures up of it and everything. I wonder if he sleep with that trophy and shit, man. God damn, now pronounce your husband and wife and shit. Damn, shit, man. Let me ask you this: anything else you want to get off your chest? Anything else we need to know about the Negro going into the stretch run?
I think I'm going to win it this year. I'm looking for Lincoln Legends' first, second round of playoffs. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to vindicate myself. If I could have it, and I have an idea who's going to make the playoffs, I'd like to go Jabronis week 1, TNT week 2, Lincoln Legends.
Well, you probably got to risk the order because Lincoln Legends don't make championships.
I think...
No, let me take that back. But, listen. You're in the driver's seat. If you don't make it, you only can blame yourself.
That's not happening.
And I'm looking forward to coming on here week 12 and 13 and clowning you for not making the playoffs. Because I'm going to replay this if you don't make the playoffs.
Listen, I'm not even looking at no games, but I'm planning on whooping down on Cajun Chicken next week, man. And I got you last week. Last week of the season, man.
That could be for all the marbles for you.
You know, you can look at my lineup and see if you want to put some money up for that week. But I think that's a big game for a lot of reasons.
Because it was funny, because it's like how we going to go full circle. Because you said you remember when you played Jabronis before the playoffs and you beat them to keep them out. Might have to, look out for my young boy return the favor. I might let Jabroni set my lineup that week. Hey, look, man, I want to thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. I'm actually pulling for you, man. Good luck. I want to see some new blood in the playoffs. I've been out the last couple years, so come on, get it.
Oh, don't worry. We know. We know you ain't been there.
So, everybody, come on, let's get back in. Let's flip this thing around. Good luck. And as long as you avoid TNT, you'll be all right.
Thanks, man.
Oh, man, what a fun show. Once again, I want to thank Negro for coming out. It was a blast, man. It was great having him here. I can't wait to talk about things next week. We're coming down for a great landing. And the game of the week next week, G5 versus Jabronis. Can't wait to talk about it. See you next week in the Boom Room.